Greetings, this is Bluefinger1987 and I'm going to talk to you about atheism. More specifically, what is atheism? Well, why would I want to talk to you about that? Well, in reality and on the internet, there's a lot of people spreading rather fallacious things about atheists and atheism in general, and it usually boils down to them having misinformed ideas of what atheism is, and this really is born from either ignorance and not knowing any better, to being a result of religious dogma and indoctrination. Well, and really what I want to try and do is do my bit to try and educate people on what atheism actually is and why it actually isn't as bad as what some people try to paint it. So basically, I'm going to go straight to the point. What is atheism? Basically, what atheism is an absence of belief in deities. That is what it really all boils down to, an absence of belief in deities. Nothing special, nothing complicated, it's all quite simple, and it's just that one core concept. Everything else you see with atheism is an expansion upon that one core concept. And the thing is, and because this definition is so broad, it allows atheism to actually cover whole spectrum of different beliefs. So, because atheists can be strong atheists, weak atheists, you can be part of atheistic religions, or you can be sort of in one of the many grey areas of atheism, which cover a little bit of every different sort of belief, or just having your own individual beliefs about sort of the whole universe or what you think. You know, there is no set of standardized beliefs which you are required to have in order to be an atheist. All you really need to sort of understand is that the atheists have an absence of belief in deities. All the things that they believe in just do not include the notions of a deity or deities. That is all. And this can be construed as sort of with strong atheists saying gods do not exist and sort of asserting for many different reasons, to weak atheists and them saying, well, I just see no reason to believe in deities, and so forth and so on. And you get all these different beliefs in between. And really, atheism is quite a broad concept. So what else is there to atheism? Well, there's not much else to atheism. It's just really a rather broad concept. It's not, you can't really be just an atheist. Well, you can be just an atheist. You can just not believe in anything, or just remain atheist for the purpose of debate. You know, there's a lot of reasons why people, and also atheism on its own can work on its own and also work with other ideas, with other concepts, other beliefs. It is just a concept. It is a position one takes in the absence of theism. That is all. And it is compatible with other ideologies if you want it to be compatible. Because remember, atheism is not a standardized or strict set of beliefs. It is just an absence of belief in deities. That is all. And of course, atheists in general tend to subscribe to the scientific worldview, and that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and that the burden of proof lies with the proposer of the claims and not with the skeptics. And that is pretty much it. That is atheism in a nutshell. What more do I have to explain? I mean, atheists have morals as well. Just instead of deferring these morals from some sort of authority, these morals are built upon what they perceive to be right and wrong, from what they empathically feel, and so forth and so on. We're not amoral or immoral. Atheists just have their own sense of morality. They basically do what they expect. They do unto others what they expect others to do unto them. That is all. It's not immoral or immoral. That is all. Atheists do have morality. It's kind of fallacious to say that we're amoral or immoral. and of course you get all sorts of all these figures who are atheists being quite outspoken and saying all sorts of things, and then people telling them to shut up, or just all the whole controversies around these. Well, they have a right to speak out their mind, just like all the theists can go around and go on a street and preach till their face goes blue. Why can't atheists also sort of speak out their beliefs? When that's the whole point of freedom of speech. And why should it be suppressed when it doesn't agree with your sort of point of view? I mean, it would make no sense. You do not have one-sided debates. The whole point of debates is to hear both sides. Isn't that what the whole, But, of course, some people don't see it that way, and that's really unfortunate. So, there. Now, what atheism isn't. Atheism is not a religion. No matter how many times people say it is just because of them construing disbelief as being belief, and because it is a belief, it is a religious belief. No, it's not. I have my own set of beliefs. I do not want to have my own personal set of beliefs lumped into a sort of categorization as being religious. If my own personal set of beliefs were categorized as being religious, then that would mean that everything can be categorized as being a religious belief. Thinking that Halo and Halo 2, Halo 3 are amazing games, or thinking that Half-Life 2 is an amazing game, that would constitute as being a religious belief. Or saying that all Legend of Zelda games are awesome, and so that is a religious belief. I mean, do you see Church of Black Mesa around? Or sort of a Church of the Triforce? No, you don't. And you don't see a Church of Atheism. It's really that simple. Atheism is not a religion. There is no organization supporting atheism. There is no religious or holy sacred text for atheism. There is no figure of reverence or divinity for atheists, and no clergy to sort of manipulate and control the beliefs in order to remain sort of in line with the doctrine set by the organization. There is none of that with atheism. It really is a concept, a position one takes in the absence of theism. That is all. Really, that is all. It isn't a religion, no matter how you look at it. If you look at it with critically and applying the same sort of skepticism that you should apply with everything which requires claims, religion and atheism are different. Atheism is not religion. In fact, atheism can be characterized as non-theism. They're two different things, religion and atheism. And pretty much that is all. So, pretty much what atheism is and what atheism isn't. And what it is, absence of belief in deities, what it isn't, a religion. Fairly simple stuff, don't you agree? Now, if you still don't get it, well, try looking it up in Wikipedia. There's plenty of material there, looking through all the sources and everything. Or the Encyclopedia Britannica, which has a very, very good article on atheism and all the different forms of atheism, and etc., etc. I really recommend you do your research on the whole thing. It really is good to read and to research before assuming anything. Now, that is all. And that's me signing out for all. I hope that this covers pretty much concisely, and I didn't waffle on or too much on all of this. So there. So good day, enjoy your life, whatever.